Welcome back, everyone, to America's Challengers. Our first series of the day already concluded between our juggernauts of Brazil, both Pain Gaming and Vivo K-Stars. Now we're moving on to our second series of the day. That's going to be FUE Starforge taking on Fuego. As we pull up the bracket to get updated with what's been going on so far, again, Pain Gaming taking that first series. And who's going to be their opponent? Well, the winner of this next one between Fuego and FUE. But their opponents will be FUE Starforge. Again, this is a team that was able to overcome their kryptonite. They did beat Dragonsteel in the groups. You see Philip there, just the same goofball that we've always known. And this is the superstar that we've been seeing from FUE Starforge so far. FxS, who did get player of the game 3 times in a row.
Yeah, FxS and Blaze all have happened the 2v2 to beat in a lot of the series in the North America Challengers League, whereas Instinct and Winsome down in the bottom lane also going to be trying to get a lot of things done. Winsome has been credited by a lot of the other players in the league as the best support in the league when it comes to early game map movements. If you're playing top lane, your favorite support in the entire league is Winsome because how much pressure he can put onto that lane.
We also asked FUE what they thought of Fuego, and to get you that answer, it's going to be Philip with an interview.
I kind of expected to have a lot of victories, especially over the Brazilian and Latin American teams, but they surprised us a lot with their team play. I strongly believe that we can win it all. I think we played against Fuego in the first round, and I feel like just one little change in our play and it would have been an easy game against them, but I believe that it will be a strong game from us. I think in our drafts we like to target their weaknesses and play with our strong points, and that's why we are here. But I also feel like we are good players to complement that, and that's why we're here in the playoffs.
However, there is a lot of crowd control on the side of Fuego. If it was my Nautilus, I would have ended up hooking the turret and dying, but Philip also in trouble, taking a lot of damage, taking the worst of these trades. And Mataz now top lane, and Philip has no flash.
Yeah, this is going to be brutal right now for Philip. He is able to get one sidestep through, but remember, you have 2 bandage tosses that you can throw out. So it's an easy first blood for Fuego. Now this one coming. He's waiting in the tri-bush and now spots it out because of the ward. The bandage toss waiting to come through. Philip wants the sidestep, gets the sidestep number 1. So you got sidestep number 2. The answer is no. Philip caught out. Is the damage there, though? Philip's still alive. He's going to take down the mummy. Philip able to body the second gank of Mataz. This one out, no problem. They've already called Winsome over. Even with the supports coming through, ABO, the flash out, not going to be in much of an issue. ADD does go forward, but the fight is broken out near the mid lane. Baula in a lot of hurt, falls to about 200 health. The fight turning onto Winsome now, who gets jumped on by 3 members of Fuego and slain.
In lane for a little bit. Here's Mataz.
ABO has no flash, so this is a lockdown right here. Zeph's in the right area. Easy kill for Fuego.
Getting the plates up in the top half because they teleport Zelt down to the play, but a Blaze Olive.
Ooh, Zenith Blade doesn't land. ABO trying to get out of this, but he's getting collapsed on by the rest of Fuego. Curse of the Sad Mummy comes out and ABO's dead. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Mataz is going to get his life for the trade. Hey, here comes XU. Season Assist lands right onto ADD. Looking to take him down. ADD is able to get a big shield in. Buster Shot comes out. ADD survives himself. Goomba stomps XU.
Right on spawn. Fuego getting the better of that play, and now Zelt teleporting down, gets caught.
Zelt caught out. You're going to get the full combo out of the Talia. Zelt does flash and get out from the second Q coming through. Now Winsome's looking for an angle out. Here comes Philip. Can't get onto Zelt. Has to turn his attention towards whoever is willing to stand in this mosh pit with them. Starting to put the hammer down. It's so much damage, but it's not enough as Virus will claim Philip and the rest of the Reapers are routed by Fuego. Bella walking straight towards that brush. We'll put the sweeper down to get some vision through. Winsome sidesteps the Zenith Blade. Teleports now being channeled out.
Instinct.
Looking for the fight. Engage comes out of Winsome, but he's all by his lonesome. Look at Philip go. He wants to find Zelt. Zelt looking for the rocket jump. Caught down and slain by Philip. Virus too low. XU will knock him right in his jaw. Philip still with the continued chase. This Olaf bringing destruction, bringing Ragnarok to Fuego. A triple kill for Big Felipe as the Weaver's Wall is risen and Fuego are slain.
Whoa, the fire for Fuego just completely extinguished out of nowhere. Only Winsome goes down in that fight, and Fear is a perfect position to open up the base of Fuego. There's no way they try and go for an end here. They're posturing for the inhibitor for sure, but oh my...
It's the end.
They're posturing for the end.
Yeah, this is the end right here. One fight. Doesn't matter about the blunders. They kept everyone alive. Philip clutching it out when the Reapers need it most. And 20 mains into this. Fear, Starforge take game number 1.
Oh, Fuego are going to be kicking themselves after that one. That was their game to win. But Virus getting caught by Instinct at the very beginning, loses almost all of the HP. That is a lot of the damage that is already missing from the Fuego roster. And then the fact that Philip just finally gets to go nuts. We knew he was so strong throughout that game. We were waiting to see if he was going to find his moment. It looked like he was going to find his moment earlier, but he let it go the first time. He did not let it slip the second. But as the Aatrox comes through, another classic Philip champion.
All for the early game of Fuego. Here comes ADD. Looking to be an absolute menace to XU. And XU's got nowhere to go, Josh. I think this is just going to be first blood. ADD continues the chase. There's no blast plants. There's no safety. There's just ADD and the darkness that awaits.
Potential second death for XU.
Oh no.
No flash.
And it's red buff for Mataz. He's got his combo available, and XU's got nothing. Back-to-back deaths. Fuego are on fire.
It's not the easiest thing in the world for Aatrox to navigate anyway because of how powerful that is. Oh.
Ooh, and there's the shuffle onto ABO,
Whoa.
trying to focus down this mid lane. Cataclysm comes down. ABO still alive, and Baola will pay with his life.
Not gonna find
Taz wants in.
look like.
2,300 remains. And Chad Crucero comes out. They find it right onto Mataz. The trap was set, and Mataz takes the bait. Dragon goes to Fear Starforge. And they might be looking for an angle over on this top side right now. Mataz can use that blast plant alongside Zelt. They want to dive Philip.
Yeah. Gotta run.
Oh, Philip, what do you got? Tries to slow down ADD, but not slowing him down enough. Chad Crucero arrow does land, but Philip is long gone.
EDD has a couple of good teleport spots, so this is a very dangerous contest.
Instinct looking for an angle, puts down the enchanted Crusader, lands on his F, but the curtain call's opened up because Mataz has played the distraction. Zelt will take down Philip. ABO on the backside. A kill's going to get returned as ADD finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. We'll get the bear slap stun, and the Strangle Thorns are the only thing there to save XU from the fury of Fuego. Blaze Olive stepping a little bit too far forward. Mataz going to go for the Cataclysm, lands it onto him. ABO tries to turn it around, but here comes out. Glacial Fissure lands onto nothing. Out comes Shock Blast. Mataz has to bail out, looking to flash out of this. Gets run down by the Emperor's Divide. Winsome left by himself. Zelt will decimate him.
A lot more money coming through. All right, XU, it's time.
Here we go, Bala looking for the engage. Del goes in with the Shurima shuffle. It looks to set up the alley-oop. Everyone gets split by the blast plant as Philip looks to survive, but he is slain, and so is the rest of his teammates around Baron. Purple again belongs to Fuego. Game. We got a series. Fuego will take us to a game 3.
Coming down very easily. There's enough mobility. You both have the capability of...
Yeah. And Zelt's still going forward. He does have Mataz, who's coming around the corner.
Top.
ABO, he's got to be careful. This could be a pinch right now. ADD is finding his way right onto this ramp. Spots out ABO, says, I got to take this man down. This is going to be an easy pick. ABO does have his flash available. Will go the long way to meet back up with his team, but that means that XU is going to be sacrificed. Mataz looking for the chase, needs to get one more snare through. Turns it onto the blue buff, will be satisfied stealing resources. But this means Philip has had enough time. Same thing with Winsome to arrive to this fight, and Mataz gets punished. He will be able to smite out, get the heal back in, but it's too far too late. 1-for-1 trade, both junglers going down.
But the ultimate and miss. The unending despair is actually mine, as here's an ultimate.
Oh, flashing right over the wall to catch out Zelt. Doesn't even have time to burn the Spirit Rush. It's a quick pick by Fear.
Yeah, really good stuff coming out from Instinct, being in the right place, right time. No flash, no
Yes, no mana.
ultimate. Philip, you have no mana.
Oh, he's got nothing. What do you do? How do you escape this? Okay, Flash gonna be burnt out. Now he's under the tower, but he's still dead nonetheless.
Position to do much more than Siege, but now they're lining up and Instinct very strong.
Ooh.
Whoa.
You see right there, Virus has to just get out of there. Arcane shifts away. Here comes the engage coming up here. Starforge, they want a piece of the cow. They want to make some burgers. Headbutt Pulverize comes out, trying to use the ultimate. The ultimatum will stop Baola right in his tracks as Philip grabs kill number 1. Winsome now coming in with the ultimate. Over on the opposite side, you have Philip, who's looking to be a menace. Following through is Winsome. Catches out Virus, who gets dismantled by the tree. XU grabs that kill, but it might cost him his life. Zelt's able to catch it and grab the kill right on back to Fuego. Still on the opposite side, you have ADD there.
Whoa.
Now the re-engage getting called by Fuego, but it's at a man disadvantage. They'll still trade 1 for 1. ADD looking for the fight on Philip. Philip's willing to trade this one out, gets feared up, unstoppable in the process. Knockup comes out from Winsome. ADD, this guy just keeps going. He just keeps coming at you. You can't stop him. The charm lands, but it's not enough to secure the kills on Fierce Starforge.
The amount of armor that this man is going to build.
Looking for the engage as Winsome. Teleport comes out. Winsome with the ultimate goes onto the back line. Finds it on the Bala. Zeft is in a bad way as it gets caught by the Maokai ultimate, who comes in with the twisted advance and takes down Zeft. Turret gonna fall as Philip focuses it. Now Bala looking for the escape. Burns his flash in the process, and it's a steak dinner for Philip. Oh, there Mataz flashes onto Instinct. It takes him down in a heartbeat. Now gonna use that Varus form to bring the damage onto XU and chop down that tree. It's a double kill for Mataz, but Philip, a new challenger, has arrived. But it's a handicap match, man. It's a 2-on-1. That headbutt Pulverize is found, and Philip cannot escape. Mataz will grab another.
Started up, Fuego do have vision of it, and they're forcing their way into the river.
Yeah, and Philip is split from the rest of the team. He's gonna look for a flank, potentially on a Virus. Be nice to be able to take him down. Dragon has now been pulled. Fierce Starforge, 5k health remains on the Dragon. They're gonna go quick with it as the ultimate gets burnt out. 2k health remains, now looking for the smite, getting pulled right back in. Here comes Mataz, and he gets the steal. Fear Starforge might have an advantage right here as health bars are running critically low, and ADD gets put down. Now Fear gonna go for the chase. Here comes Philip over on the sideline, want to find Virus, but he gets cut off by Baola, who will take his life instead. XU now the long chase onto Zelt, able to find it. Another one as Mataz goes deep, looking for the reset, but he gets his head cut right off. It's a big shutdown, and Fear Starforge, the heart of the NACL, comes back alive.
Game 2, but now Fear coming alive once again, and Winsome. Oh no!
Ooh, headbutt Pulverize finds the mark, and it's going to be a kill for Fuego, but again,
ABO!
Fear are going to go for the counter-offensive. XU is deep in there. ABO coming on the sidelines. Not looking too good for Mataz, who gets chipped away, but XU still in that bouncy house, still in the mosh pit. Baola starts to get low, but XU gets lower all the way into the dirt.
Not going to be going for the play just quite yet. Now they are.
Philip realizing what's going on, he's looking to get away from this charm. Zelt wants to land it, Baola's there. Ultimatum comes out. Philip's buying a lot of time, but finally getting caught by the charm on the back end. This was a big trade by Fuego, though. You gave up your base to get Philip, and now Fear have had time to rejoin the fight. Out comes the Chain of Corruption, gonna find its mark right onto Mataz. He cannot get the reset. The Viego's off the map, and Fuego end up trading 1 for 1 while losing inhibitors in their base.
Yeah, I can't tell if that was a bait or just a complete reaction coming out from Fear to try and bring everybody towards the top side, but ultimately, the Dragon is still available. XU!
Another headbutt Pulverize. It finds XU, but XU has gotten tankier. He can buy time, and buying time he does. He doesn't go down, which means the super minions can actually take a Nexus Tower. It's gonna be Fuego. Might be the last stand right here as they look for an angle to take the fight. Here, Starforge going to throw out that ultimate from the Maokai. Looking to step forward is ADD as well as Bala, but Bala is taking a lot of damage. And look at the space the Hue ultimate is creating. Now Bala looks for the escape. You'll get one delivered from Instinct straight to the gray screen. The chase comes out from XU, and Fuego are falling. If you don't fear the Reapers, maybe you should. Fear Starforge will snuff out the flames of Fuego.
So many of these even man fights coming out from FUE have been going their way. They are so good at these traditional front-to-back styles of team fight, seeing win some, go forward, then come back, heal up the entire team of the Redemption and keeping them all alive. Gonna win them this last game. The FUE Starforge, the first game that they have looked in control of, they completely dominate.
And look at the faces on FUE Starforge. It looks like a face of relief for the most part, except for Philip. You know, he's already giggling over there and giving out his kappas. But a very hard-fought game for them. One that you were mentioning earlier, Josh. It could have been a 2-0 sweep. Fuego had both Game 1 and Game 2 early games pretty much locked in, but able to find that comeback victory in Game 1 and show a pretty dominant Game number 3. It does bring life back into them as they proceed in the upper bracket. The victorious Ablaze Olaf on the other side, and there he is right there. How you doing, man? First question I do gotta ask is, how are your expectations feeling? I know a lot of us saw NA as being one of the favorites coming in here, but I feel like we've been shut up quite a bit. We've had to maybe readjust to some of the competition we have here in America's Challengers.
Yeah, definitely things not going to expectations from before the tournament. Definitely making the playoffs is a good feeling, but we're not doing it in the way that we would want. We would want to really showcase that we're a level above this other competition, and frankly right now it's not looking like that, but we're still able to get this victory, which feels really nice.
One of the things that we've been seeing from this series is that for a team that has been generally known for having good early game plans and really dominating mid games all the time, it feels like you guys have been really pushed from Fuego. Is that something that you want to credit to them, or do you guys feel like this has been a bit of a different learning experience playing on the new patch?
Yeah, I think we generally do have a pretty good early game. I think XU is really good at understanding how to play to his condition in the early game and get an advantage for himself. Certainly it seems like Fuego has a very good understanding as well, because we do tend to not have the greatest early games except for our group stage game against them. I think the game 2 was kind of an outlier, though, to be honest, because our jungler died twice at level 1 and like the game's completely over at that point. So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to re-look at these games and see why they're not going to plan in the early game.
All right, and now that you've had some time with some of the squads, both in CBLOL Academy, both their teams making it through, as well as the LRN, who's been surprising to you? What are some of the teams that have really stood out to you?
I think, for me, honestly, I was most impressed with Kisei from FxS, but, I mean, unfortunately they lost today, but I was really impressed with him, and I feel... I mean, this is just because I'm a mid laner. I always feel like the person who I have the most trouble against, or I feel like is the best, is the person I'm the most, or like the team I'm the most worried about. But they dropped a Pain, and like today, so it looks like they're also less strong than Pain, and we lost a Pain as well. So, other than VKS, like personally, I feel like we should have a really good time. And even against VKS, I feel really comfortable. But if I had to shout out any one team and player, it would definitely be VKS.
All right, I want to thank you for your time, ABO, and I want to wish you the best of luck representing NACL and America's Challengers.
Thank you very much.
MVP has to go right over to ABO, the man we just interviewed, because it was a pretty standout performance. I love the shot that we got from him, Josh.
That is a wild photo coming out from Ablaze Olaf. One of the things I have loved about this event is that it's not just been the traditional gamer photos over and over again. It looks like someone like caught him in the shower and he's very upset about the whole thing. However, that last game at KDA of 90% kill participation, just a fantastic performance on the way, and a bit of a different style than we have been seeing him throughout most of summer. He's been a big proponent of all of the marksman and AD mids that we have been seeing in the mid lane, and the Hui, something we know has been in his pocket for a while, but not something that we've been seeing nearly as often come out on stage. So congratulations to Blaze Olaf for being the MVP of the series, and hopefully we can see much greater things from them going up against Pain as well.